Whoa, what's in it? It says, welcome to polar bear country. Let's go exploring. Whoa!
Teddy bear.
Oh, he's fluffy. That's cute. Okay, what else is this stuff? Ooh, a little leaflet.
And look.
Whoa.
You can pretend that's the city of the polar bear. Mum, look.
Whoa, it's got a colouring thing on the back. Lucky you. You've been gifted an animal adoption. Okay, and you can put your name on here. Look, it's like your certificate. It says, I'm protecting polar bears, and it has a place to put your name. Do you want to put your name there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah! Like an activity thing. So it's got like little activities and stuff inside.
Write a book.
Yeah, like a little colouring.
You have to go to
And wait, what's this? Make your own home for polar bears. It's like a craft thing. You can cut that stuff out. Ooh, this will be fun to do, huh?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Ooh.
Mum.
Adopting animals is awesome for the world. There's your guy. There's your polar bear guy.
Who's that? And anyway.
I think that's just a forest. This one. Ready?
Cool.
Yeah! Wait. Look how cute he is.
He's an elf.
He's an elf. He's a Christmas elf. Gorgeous. Thank you, Sarah. This is Sarah at Jotu's Shelf. She was making these on her channel. These like gorgeous little like watercolor dudes. And we got one. Oh yeah, the calligraphy on this is lush as well. I don't know if you can see. It's quite bad light. Wait. Oh, it's lush. Thank you. Okay, open it up.
What's it?
It's from Santa. Because you wrote him a letter. And you sent it through Royal Mail. Royal Mail has delivered us this from Santa. Like, we found this thing on YouTube that has all, like, the old Christmas movies that I love, like Rudolph and, like, the Island of Misfit Toys and, like, Santa Claus is Coming to Town and stuff. But it comes with all these, like, late 80s TV commercials as well. Like, I was born in 87, so I don't remember any of these ones, but a lot of them are quite a lot like the sort of early 90s ones I do remember, and it's like weirdly nostalgic sort of watching them all and like thinking about how I used to watch these like shows and everything when I was a kid. What's her name, babes?
Sparkly toy? Sparkly Star?
Her name is Sparkly Star.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a weird name. Should she have like a more traditional name like Esther?
No.
Martha?
No.
Oh my gosh. Look what Emma just did. She misses her bestie from school. So she's sending her a postcard. I'm dying. Okay. So I've been thinking about all of the end of the year sort of stuff. Like doing my journal spreads, you know, like wrap up for the year and everything. And I think I've finally come to a conclusion about my favourite books for the year. Are you ready? Like, I've had to do it in, like, Matrix style, like a nerd, because I couldn't decide. I had to do it, like, Final Four basketball style. So I started out with my top 20, and then went through there and made a top 10, and then went through there and made a top 5. Okay, top 5. First one, I'm going to go with Unicorn by Amrou Al-Khadi. So this is, I may have mentioned this one recently, like, I have found that my favourite ones for the year have happened quite recently, like sort of like looking back on all the books that I read, sort of like my favorite ones on the list don't pop up until like April, and there's only a couple, and then there's a shit ton like at the end of the year, which is really weird. Had like a bit of like a dud beginning of the year and then had like a really lush sort of end of the year. It sort of goes like that, I find. Okay, so the idea for this one is it's a memoir about a guy who grew up in Iraq and then moved to London when he was 10 years old, and it's basically about him sort of coming to terms with this like strict sort of Muslim Iraqi upbringing and a sort of strict Iraqi family, and the fact that he's gay and loves things like being a drag queen and stuff like that. And I think it comes to like a nice place at the end. Like, he's come to terms with it. He's happy with himself, you know. He's in a good place with his mother. He's in a good place like with his religion and everything. But his like journey to get there is really rough. Like, some of the stuff he says in it is like really shocking. But I did really like it. Like, I feel like it's heartwarming, and that's why I'm forcing it on my book club. I'm sorry guys, but I feel like the very end is like really nice and really heartwarming, and I really liked it. Okay, next one is A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr. The idea of this one is, it's a novella about a guy who is in World War I, and it really messes him up. So directly after the war, he's got PTSD, he's got like a facial twitch, you know, he's really struggling to cope. So he takes this job in the country, like a really rural part of England, restoring a medieval painting in a church. And it's really like calming and like quite funny. Like, the characters that he meets are quite funny, and just sort of descriptions of the country and the country people and everything. And there's also another guy there who's also doing a job. He's trying to find like the bones of some like distant relative of someone who's left money to the church. And he's also, you know, he was also in the war, he's also got a bit of PTSD, like there's something up with him, but they become really close friends, and I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny, I thought it was really like calming and peaceful. Next one is Don't Sleep, There Are Snakes by Daniel Everett, and in Vlogmas already I've already said about that because I finished it like quite recently before Vlogmas started. And I read this as a buddy read with Tina, and it's one of the ones that my husband recommended when we did like a video about recommending ones to each other. The idea is, it's this guy, he's a missionary, he goes to this remote tribe in the Amazon in an attempt to learn their language so that he can translate the Bible so that he can convert them to Christianity. And loads of things about their language he finds don't match like the rules sort of like thought of to be like the rules for language, you know, like all these things about like, oh, every culture has an origin story and every language has so and so and so and so. He sort of found that these people who speak this language, they don't fit those things. And it was ridiculously interesting, like all of these sort of like little bits of their language and little bits of their culture, like how their culture is like set wholly in the present, like they don't have words to describe past and future things, like their language sort of restricts them quite clearly just to the present. And that was like a huge problem for the guy in trying to translate the Bible, because obviously the Bible is like a lot of so and so begat so and so begat so and so. Like, he didn't see these things happening. The Bible is completely about really far in the past, so he was having a really hard time, and in the end he did sort of fall away from his missionary work. It did sort of like make him lose his faith or anything, but it was really interesting. I really liked that one. Okay, so number 4 is Heimat by Nora Krug. It's actually a graphic memoir. So the idea is, it's a German woman living in America, and she's lived in America for like the past 10 years or whatever. And it's really starting to make her think about how she was raised in Germany and sort of her German identity, because Americans have like really strong like American identity, you know, like we're American, we're proud to be American, America. Whereas just after the war, when she grew up in Germany, there's this sort of idea that is what led to World War II, the sort of really strong, intense sort of German identity and like extreme sort of German patriotism. So they sort of started to discourage it in children, and it sort of made it so that she feels guilty feeling really strongly German and like loving Germany a lot, but she's sort of surrounded by people all the time who really love America and like really strongly feel for America, you know, and it sort of like made her like re-examine why it is that she feels this way about Germany. And so she sort of goes back and tries to figure out like the source of her guilt for sort of being German and things like that. And she tries to find out her family's roles in the war, you know, what it is that her grandfather did in the war, and if he played any sort of like bad parts or good parts or whatever in the war, to sort of help her understand this. And I thought that was really good. Okay, last one in the top 5, and don't groan, okay, I'm serious. The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. Like, I know that loads of people think that like the hype is undeserved, okay, but I'm not one of those people, and I don't want to hear it. So I fell in love with The Handmaid's Tale ages ago, like when I was in high school, basically, and I thought there's no way that any sequel or anything, you know, like it is possibly gonna match up. But this has done it. It's even better. I like the Testaments more than I like the Handmaid's Tale. So the idea of the Handmaid's Tale, if you don't know, it's like this dystopian future where the US as we know it has like fallen, and it's been replaced by this government that's like really extreme Christian. So like things that aren't allowed in the Bible aren't allowed in real life, and like all the punishments for those things are biblical things as well. Like, you know, for adultery you get stoned and stuff like that. And there's like a fertility problem amongst the population. Like loads of the women are having a hard time having babies. So whenever they find a woman that's able to have babies still, they like make her a sex slave prisoner. Like they force her to like have sex with these like high up generals in order so that they can have babies. Like they have a chance of like carrying on their genes into the next generation. Anyway, the sequel now is like told by 3 different people, and you find out more about like the aunts. So these like these women who are like in the government and sort of are like big part of social control and stuff. And there's also a girl who lives in Canada, so she lives outside of this dystopian like Gilead like government area. And also then there's another girl who's living in Gilead, and you get her perspective as well. And it was amazing. Like the ending was amazing, the characters were amazing, just everything was amazing, and it was just so amazing. Okay, I'll leave like the rest of the top sort of 10 and top 20 books in the description box below, just in case you're interested. It's like weirdly surreal and like a sort of dystopian movie to see ads on buses from March. Like it's just frozen in time, all advertising. We definitely need more of this guy. There they are. Should we get these for Santa?
Yeah.
Oh no, here's the big ones.
Same as that.
No, those are little. Those are like mini ones. Carrots. We need these for the reindeer.
Okay.
Yeah, should we get little ones?
Why?
Like baby carrots for the reindeer.
Why?
I don't know. Do you think they'll like them better than bigger ones? Nuremberg's where I was born.
Huh?
I was born in Nuremberg.